There is a hard, physical limit to how bright an ordinary star can ever get. Physicists have known the exact math behind that limit for over a century. In August 2026, astronomers found something that blows straight through it, by a factor of 100 billion. To understand why that number is so shocking, you need to understand the limit itself first. It's called the Eddington limit, named after astronomer Arthur Eddington, who worked it out back in 1926. Here's the basic idea. A star produces light through nuclear fusion at its core, and that light pushes outward with real physical force, called radiation pressure. At the same time, the star's own gravity pulls everything inward, trying to hold the star together. For most of a star's life, those two forces balance each other in a stable equilibrium. But there's a ceiling to that balance. Push a star's brightness too far past a certain point relative to its mass, and the outward push of its own light becomes stronger than gravity can contain. The star doesn't just get brighter after that point. It tears itself apart. That ceiling isn't a rough guideline. It's a firm, well-tested physical boundary, one of the most reliable rules in all of astrophysics. In August 2026, a team led by researchers at MIT was searching Webb's deepest images for something completely different. The earliest galaxies ever formed, when they noticed an object that simply shouldn't have been possible. Named MOMBH*1, dating back to roughly 66 million years after the Big Bang, the object was radiating with energy output roughly 100 billion times greater than the absolute maximum a star of comparable size should ever be capable of producing. No ordinary star could survive output anywhere close to that. So the team went looking for a different explanation entirely, and found one, published in the journal Nature. At the center of this object sits a black hole roughly 100,000 times the mass of our Sun, wrapped in an enormous envelope of hydrogen gas about the size of our own solar system. Here's the key difference that lets this object break a rule stars can never break. A black hole doesn't generate energy through nuclear fusion, so the Eddington limit, calculated for stars, doesn't directly apply to it in the same way. Instead, energy comes from matter falling inward toward the black hole, spiraling through an accretion process, releasing enormous amounts of radiation as it heats up under extreme gravity and friction. That process can, under the right conditions, temporarily exceed what any star could physically sustain, precisely because a black hole isn't held together by the same delicate internal balance a star depends on. That still doesn't fully explain why the brightness reached quite this extreme. Follow-up spectroscopy revealed the object was almost completely invisible in Webb's bluer filters, yet blazed intensely in the redder ones, producing the strongest Balmer break, a sudden, sharp drop in brightness at a specific wavelength, ever measured at any distance in the universe. That signature strongly suggests the surrounding gas envelope isn't just decoration. It's actively reprocessing and concentrating the black hole's radiation, helping push the total observed brightness to such an extraordinary level. This wasn't an isolated case either. A separate study published in June 2026, led by researchers at the University of Texas at Austin, examined a different object, Glimpse 17775, magnified by a foreground galaxy cluster acting as a natural gravitational lens. Its spectrum, the deepest ever captured of an object like this, pointed toward the exact same underlying explanation: a black hole embedded in dense gas, radiating far beyond anything a star could ever sustain on its own. Here's why the sheer brightness of this discovery genuinely matters, beyond simply being an eye-catching number. Extreme luminosity like this offers a real clue towards solving a puzzle we've discussed before on this channel: how some of the universe's earliest black holes managed to grow to enormous mass so quickly. An object radiating with 100 billion times a star's maximum possible output isn't just unusually bright. It may represent an extremely efficient, rapid growth phase, one capable of building a black hole's mass far faster than the slow, steady accretion process most standard models assume. To be properly honest, This remains a single extraordinary example, alongside one strongly supporting case, not yet a fully confirmed pattern across every similar object Webb has found. Researchers are actively searching for more examples now, hoping to determine exactly how common this kind of extreme, rule-breaking brightness really was throughout the early universe. What's worth sitting with here isn't just the number itself. It's the reminder that even a physical limit considered rock solid for a century, tested and confirmed across countless ordinary stars, only holds under the specific conditions we originally derived it for. Push those conditions far enough into the extreme, and creation still finds room to surprise us. What do you think? If a single object can outshine the theoretical limit by 100 billion times, do you think there's an upper limit to brightness at all? Or is the true ceiling still waiting to be discovered? Let me know in the comments. Subscribe, because next time we are covering a genuinely wild theoretical idea that a dying star, instead of collapsing into a black hole, might create an entirely new universe on the other side.